Hello, I am Brianna Warren from Mississippi, and I am a mono-die twin mom. And the purpose of this video, or documentary, or whatever you want to call it, is to bring awareness to twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, because my twins were affected by it. And I guess I also say my personal story, stepping out of my comfort zone, because I'm kind of private, but I know this will help somebody. I hope it'll help somebody, so keep watching. Okay, so first and foremost, twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, I think, only affects mono-die twins, which are the identical twins, and majority of the twins that have appropriate treatment survive, like both of them. Most of the survivors, like if one does pass, will be normal and healthy, and the statistics show that untreated survival rate is approximately 10 to 15%. I personally think they need to redo those percentages, because a lot of women I talked to or went through this with were affected by the same thing, and it was more than just a rare occurrence. So what is TTTS? It is a rare disease of the placenta in identical twins. It causes an uneven blood flow amongst both of the babies. And the donor baby, I say baby A, is usually the smaller twin, and the recipient baby B gets too much of everything. So there are 5 stages, 5 being the worst, because it can be fetal death among one or both of the babies. And stage 1, I think, is basically just like a wait and monitor type of situation. My twins are diagnosed with stage 3, which was baby A, my donor. She didn't have any amniotic fluid when we were diagnosed at the time, and baby B, which is my survivor, had too much. Like, it was just way too much. Her bladder was big, and like that's what happens. So okay, and being that I just explained what it is to you all, my goal for this video, because I really want to help somebody else, I'm going to put some links down below, or maybe featured in this video. There are different foundations regarding twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, and also premature babies that let you donate to help with the research. And one thing that I also did, I think it was for some research. Once I had to go through the surgery with my twins, I donated my amniotic fluid, I guess, so they can test it and see if that had any, dealings with diagnosing twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome. So please help and donate. None of these proceeds will go to me personally, but I'm sure it'll help somebody else, or help the doctors and scientists or whoever is doing the research find reasons behind why this happens and find other ways to treat it. So now we'll get to my personal experience with twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome. So December 11th, I took 3 home pregnancy tests. 2 of them were kind of faint. 1 was sure positive, but I was not convinced. So the next day, on the 12th, I went to the doctors and they confirmed it. January 12th was my first prenatal appointment. I was probably like 8 weeks and some days, and that's when I found out I was having mono-die twins. February 14th was my next prenatal appointment, and I was like 13 weeks and some days. It was Valentine's Day, and I got to hear their heartbeat. So at about 16 weeks, it was the week of my birthday, March 10th. We did a gender reveal and found out we were having 2 little girls. Yay! So week 16 through, I'll say, 20, 16 weeks was the first time I heard of TTTS. My maternal fetal specialist was just, warning us about the risk, and they'll be watching for it. About 18 weeks, they did their first, 16 weeks, they did their first weight. Their weights were 8 ounces and 6 ounces. Baby A was 6 ounces, baby B was 8 ounces. And 2 weeks later, 18-week appointment, they weighed them again. Baby B was 12 ounces, baby A was 7 ounces. So then they diagnosed baby A with growth restriction. Okay, let's rewind a little bit back to 16 weeks. That's the first time I met my maternal fetal specialist, and that was the first time I heard of TTTS and any other risk that came with monodot twins. And at that appointment, because she mentioned it, like, you know, it could happen, it may not happen, I shared that information with my support group. Like, I wanted y'all to be prepared with me, you know. So, you know, the 18, 19, 20 week appointments, there was some intermittent absent cord flow in baby A, which is my donor twin. So, that's kind of a sign of TTTS, but you can't really get diagnosed until other factors are occurring also. So, then, you know, like, that big weight difference threw up some red flags. Then she was diagnosed with growth restriction. And the only plan for that was, and this was the last appointment I let my moms come to, they didn't think she was gonna make it with growing. And, like, her body was formed, everything was going good. It was just that cord flow that was an issue. So the only thing they treat for that is they want you to basically terminate that baby or cut the cord, you know, basically disconnect her from the placenta. But my morals, it wasn't in my plan to do that anyway. Like, if God wanted to take her, then it was on him, not me. So yeah, my moms, this is when they first stopped listening to the doctors. Like, they went with whatever else they came up in their own minds, and I didn't want them to come back, because I'm like, look, we looking at the facts. I wasn't gonna choose that option anyway. So fast forward to week 23, both of the girls had normal cord flow. Like, everything was perfect. So that weekend I took a trip to the beach, and over that weekend things got tricky. And I'll show y'all on this next clip, like, how excited I was that everything was going good finally. And you know, from 16 weeks to 23 weeks was I don't want to get too excited because I think something's gonna go wrong, but everything was going good at 23 weeks, so now I can get excited. I can document my pregnancy to show my girls, like, what everything I went through. 24 weeks and 2 days. I'm checking this for the dates. I got diagnosed with stage 3 twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, and my cervix was 80% effaced. And immediately after that appointment, or during that appointment, my doctor reached out to Cincinnati Children's Hospital to see if they would take my case, and they would. And then I exchanged phone calls with them about the plan when I get up there. And the initial plan was to do the laser ablation surgery Friday, which was basically going to disconnect the girls and get them their own blood flow, I guess. So that Tuesday, May 2nd, I was 24 weeks, 2 days. I got my first round of steroids to try to speed up their development, I guess. May 3rd, that Wednesday, I got my second round of steroids, and me and my mom got on the road, 10-hour drive to Cincinnati, Ohio. May 4th, that Thursday, I met with the doctors at the Cincinnati Children's Hospital, and the first thing we did was fetal echoes, and the cardiologist was amazed that their hearts wasn't as bad as they're supposed to be at stage 3. I guess other cases have been pretty bad. But then I got the ultrasounds. They did full anatomy scans, and they checked the cords, and Baby A still had some absent cord flow, and checked the bladders. Baby A bladder was still not visible on the ultrasound and still had some absent cord flow. This is also the first time I got checked, and then I found out I was 1 to 1.5 centimeters dilated, still 80% effaced. So they started doing some fetal monitoring to make sure that everything was looking better or stable, I guess. And on May 5th, that Friday, I was supposed to do the laser ablation, but the doctors that I talked to thought that was really risky and I would go into preterm labor. So they tried an amnio reduction on baby B's side to basically drain some of the fluid out to see if that would work, you know. And then we did more ultrasounds. May 6th, May 7th, that Saturday and Sunday, the TTTS was progressing very quickly, and baby B's heart began to show signs. This is my bigger baby. Basically, like, her heart was kind of overworking, I guess, for both of them. And that Monday, May 8th, I had to make a decision. If we did the surgery, basically only baby B could survive because she was bigger. She was a healthier twin, and baby A was growth restricted, so she was pretty small, but she was fully developed. I didn't want to make a decision because I felt like I had to choose if I wanted to basically which baby to save. That's what it was like to me. And so I knew if I didn't do anything, then I could lose both of them. So better to have one than none, I guess. We made a decision. We were gonna go ahead with the surgery. It was still on the table if I went into labor during the surgery, they could only say baby B. So I had signed papers for that. And the amnio didn't work because all the fluid came back. This Monday, they decided to go ahead and put the pessary in. The pessary's job was to hold my cervix closed, I guess, so that I wouldn't dilate anymore. And it's supposed to hold me to like 34 weeks or almost full term. But that was experimental because it only lasted a week. And let's get to May 9th, that Tuesday. It was now or never. They came in and was like, they did ultrasound that morning. It was like, okay, we got to do something now or it'll be too late. So around 12, they just started prepping me for surgery, and they were fetal monitoring me. Between May 5th and May 9th, I was staying at Good Samaritan, because Cincinnati was for children. So they did perform the laser ablation at Cincinnati's Children's Hospital. So this is where we are on May 9th. I probably shouldn't even say this about the surgery, but I will because I don't want to leave anything out. This is my experience. I think the surgery started maybe like 1 or 2, and I think it was over like around 5:30 or 6:30. But you know, like, they gave me the stuff to sedate me, and I was only knocked out for a good 30 minutes because I woke up, I didn't open my eyes, I woke up and I heard my baby's heartbeats, and they were questioning, the doctors that were in there were questioning each other like, baby sound good, what would we do first, and this and that. And they started with, they had to go in and do some cleansing from the previous amnio reduction because they said it was some dry bleeding or something. And then they went in with a scope and they mapped out the connecting blood vessels that they were going to burn with the laser. And I heard all of that. And they kept checking with the anesthesiologist, like, how's that girl doing? He was like, yeah, she's sleeping good. And I'm just like, no, I'm not, but I won't stop y'all because I want to get this over with. Like, I'm terrified. So that was the surgery, and the lady doctor that I first met with came in, and she was like, the surgery went well, the girls are doing good during the surgery, and it was time to check me again. So she checked me, and out came water. Like, she's like, oh, I don't know if this is her water breaking or baby A's amniotic fluid or what. So they were going to monitor both of the babies, but A's heart kind of made a knock. Like, it wasn't a heartbeat anymore. It sounded like a knock to me. And they didn't monitor her, and they told me, well, your babies might not move because y'all were just sedated, so just give them a couple of hours. But immediately, like, while they was transferring me to the ambulance, like, both of the girls were kicking, but then A kind of like stopped. And I knew it was her because she was always in one spot. She was always lower. So they're transporting me back to Good Samaritan.
I'm here with Brianna Warren, 310-94. She's post-op surgery about 2 hours. She's being pumped with a bag of magnesium sulfate. Her body feels like it's on fire.
So we're back at Good Samaritan. And my support group is still, you know, doing their own thing. You know, everything's okay. God fixed everything and this and that. And I'm knowing, like, I'm knowing it didn't go well because basically that whole weekend the plan was all about saving baby B. So around 8 o'clock, they came in, they did the ultrasound monitoring, and that's when they were like, well, baby A doesn't have a heartbeat. And then I grew angry. I wasn't angry at God. Like, I probably turned over away from everybody. I kind of wanted everybody out of the room because I'm like, y'all gave false hope. Like, everything was okay in y'all's mind. Y'all don't want to pay attention to the facts or get an understanding from the doctors. And now I'm sitting here with one surviving baby. And because of who my support group was, that's really why I was angry. I wasn't angry at God. Like, their moms, they were my moms. And I don't know, like, they didn't listen. So that was that. So May 11th on a Thursday, we came back home. And that Friday morning, I went and got monitored. And usually monitoring only takes like 20 minutes. But I was there for 6 hours because I still didn't feel the contractions. But every contraction that they picked up on the monitor, they saw some D cells. And I can call her Harlee now. So baby B, Harlee. And they just wanted to make sure everything was gonna keep going smoothly, I guess. So I'm gonna talk about my feelings too, because like, I know in most of these groups, like, we really just go there to bash our family and friends for not understanding, or strangers that say crazy things about us. I haven't personally said anything, but I've agreed with a lot of things that I read. And one of those things was, when we came back home, everybody kind of just went on with their lives. Like, none of it happened. And, like, that hurt my feelings, I guess. And the type of person I am, when I get hurt, or if I'm hurt, I get really, really mean. So, yeah, I wasn't mean at that moment, but you can ask anybody now. They'll tell you they think I'm being mean. But I'll explain that too in a couple of minutes. But May 16th, on that Tuesday, I had an appointment with my OB. And, you know, like, pregnancy discharge is already a lot, but this discharge I was having was weird. So I told my OB, and she was like, oh, it's normal. I guess because it was, at that time, it was a small amount. It was a lot, but it was a small amount for what it was. And so Thursday, May 18th, I had a maternal fetal specialist appointment, and I got to see both of my babies still. A had descended to the bottom already, and I want to say that I did some 3D pictures then, because I wanted to know what they both look like, you know. I thought I was going to be pregnant until August, but I wanted to know what they look like just in case something else happened. And I also told my specialist about the discharge, and it's like, it's all normal. So Friday, May 19th, I was at my mom's office, helping her with some stuff, and I felt these contractions. Like, I contracted maybe like 5 times in 5 minutes, and then it just went away, and that was like around 4:30 p.m. So later on, like when I got home, it was just like stuff was everywhere. So I called my friend, and I called my mom, and I was like, what is this? Like, what's going on? And it was like, I don't know, like, you need to go to the doctor. So I was like, no, I'm really tired, I'm about to get in my bed. So around 7:30, my mom pulled up. She was like, no, let's go to the hospital and see what's going on. So I was admitted to the labor and delivery floor, and the doctor on call, like, I told him about the pessary, and Ohio had sent my paperwork back about the girls. So he knew what was going on, and he was like, did anybody check you when you came home? And I was like, no, I guess they thought the pessary was going to do his job. So this had to be the worst part of my pregnancy, like pain-wise, him checking me. Like, he had to go in and pull the pessary out first. Then he had to go back in and check to see how much I had dilated, which I was 3 centimeters Friday, so the pessary wasn't working. Then he had to put it back in. So Friday night, Saturday morning, like around 1 or 2, 2 of my friends are over there, and I got up and I peed like 5 times back to back. So then the last time I got up, it was because I feel like I had to use the bathroom and I felt pressure. But as soon as I would go in there and sit down, like, everything would go away. But as soon as I started trying to open the door to get out of the bathroom, it'll come back. So I was like, okay, somebody get the nurse. And the nurse came in, I was telling her, and she was like, we gotta get you back in the bed, like, now. That is your baby. Push it down. So I'm like, what do you mean? And she got me back in the bed. Like, that walk felt like a mile. It's probably like 10 feet away. But we got back in the bed, got me back in the bed, and from, I'll say, I might have went to sleep, I don't remember. But all Saturday, I felt every contraction, like, and the big ones, every big one, I would have to pee. So they were in and out of my room, like, okay, here's the towel, like, just go, like, don't try to hold it in or anything. And I know, like, I was screaming in pain because those big contractions were, like, really hurting me. And then Sunday, I met with the doctor again, and he was like, you scared me Saturday, and you scared me a little bit this morning, but I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and get her out right quick, because with the big contractions, she was decelerating again. And then the worst part again, and this is on top of contractions now, those big contractions, like, he had to shake me. He went in, got the pessary out. I was 8 centimeters dilated, and he was like, yeah, let's go. Let's get this baby out. We gotta get her out now. And back to that Friday, May 19th, when he did check me for the 3 centimeters, he felt baby A, which is, her name is Halle, he felt her foot. So Harlee was basically kicking her down, trying to get out, I guess. So that's what made me go into labor. And so Sunday, that May 21st, around 5:41 and 5:42, I delivered my baby girls. And I don't remember much about that C-section. I know I was shaking and crying because I don't know if I was cold. No, I know what it was. I was nervous because the last surgery I had, one of my babies died, and I was scared. Like, I didn't want to do it, but I knew I had to. So we did get to say goodbye to Halle. And later on that night, when they moved me to another room, we stopped by the NICU and saw Harlee. So that was that. And I will tell y'all, like, I stayed in the hospital for 3 days because of the C-section. And Harlee's NICU stay was 65 days. She was 2 months and 4 days when she got to come home. It was from May 21st to July 25th. And she weighed 2 pounds even when she was born. I think she was 13 inches long. And when she was 3 days old, that's how we knew she was bad already. She pulled out her ventilator, so they left her off of it. And I think she just did high flow CPAP the rest of the time. And of course, preemie moms and NICU moms know our babies pull on everything, whatever they can get their hands on. She kept pulling out her oxygen tubes too. And she pulled out something else. She might have pulled out her feeding tube one time. But she was doing really, really well. Like, she had a good NICU stay, I'll say. Like, I was prepared for things to happen because I talked to a lot of moms that had babies in the NICU already, and a lot of things were happening, so I was like, okay, I need to prepare for that too. But honestly, she didn't have a bad NICU stay. She did really, really well. And now she's home. She's almost 4 months, so she's been home with me for 2 months. And I don't know. I guess I'll talk about my feelings now. Okay, family and friends. I know y'all like, why can't I see the baby and stuff like that. People checked on me. I'll say they asked, how are you? And how's Harlee, like, when she was in the NICU and when I first came home and stuff like that. But the type of person I am, if I really want to know how a loved one is doing, I dig, like, or anybody, I dig for stuff. Like, I really want to know, how are you? Like, don't just tell me you're fine because I know that's not right. And at first, I kind of was disappointed in family and friends because no one asked me. Like, I would have told y'all what happened. Y'all could have been on this story, but nobody asked. Like, you can't ask my moms or their dad or anybody else how I felt. And another thing I just realized, no one else felt them the way I did. And like I told y'all previously, when we all came home, I feel like everybody just moved on with their lives, like nothing happened, and it hurt my feelings. So I kind of distanced myself. And like I said, when I get hurt, I'm kind of mean. But to me, it was like, as a mom, we have to protect our kids. And I feel like, I ain't gonna say felt, because I still feel like this, that I failed them because I didn't protect them. Like, it's nothing you can do about TTTS. Like, you cannot prevent it. Hopefully they find something soon, because I know, like, I wouldn't want anybody else to go through this. But I feel guilty. I didn't grow up with a sister, and I was excited that Harlee was gonna get to do that, but she didn't. That was taken away from her too. And you know, like, siblings are your first best friends, and her best friend was taken away from her too. So I feel really guilty at times, and I cry. Like, I probably cry. I cry after this video, but I probably cry at least 3 or 4 times a week. It can be over like little simple stuff, like, I don't know, like just anything. And don't take this wrong at all. Like, I'm so grateful and blessed to have Harlee, but it's just like, I'm always gonna be missing something. She's always gonna be missing something. And I can tell, like, she has to be up under me when she sleeps at night, or she has to be up under something because she was so close to her sister in the womb. So I'm like, I'm always gonna feel sad for her because of what happened. And I know too many people that have lost babies, like too many people in my life that have went through something like this. None of them gave me any advice about grieving or coping with this. So I was a little disappointed at first, but then I'm just like, I have my group. My group understands, so I can kind of lean on them. And those are a bunch of strangers. Like, I don't even look at it like that. I just look at it like moms in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. So they kind of help me feel a little bit better. And like, basically, y'all join those groups if y'all need to talk about stuff like this, because those women are really, like, have been an anchor for me. And then like I said, people probably think I'm being mean, but understand, like, I just always feel guilty, and like, I feel that protecting my babies. And I didn't get to hold her when she was first born. Like, I didn't even see her in the operating room. Like, they took her out immediately. And I didn't get to bond with her really like I wanted to for like 2 whole months. So all I wanted was some time. Like, when we came home, like, people hassle me all the time about, like, I want to see her and do this. And I've kind of become a germaphobe. Not so much, but at first I was. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to keep her away from anybody. I just, give me time, okay? All I want is a little bit of time. We answer FaceTime calls, we answer phone calls. Like, we'll talk to y'all on the phone. But I don't know, like, I kind of just want some time with her, because she's all I have, you know. After I got it, like, at 23 weeks, I got excited. I was gonna have 2 baby girls. We're gonna be 3 musketeers, and now it's just me and Harlee. I'll always be a twin mom, though. Like, people say to me all the time, don't say you're not a twin mom, because you are. Like, just one of your babies are in heaven, and one of them is here, making me happy. And she is, like, full of life, for real. And another thing, like, with people, how I look, I guess, when it comes to her, she fought really, really hard for her life. So I'm just like, I'm not trying to put her out there to be dragged into anything about this horrible world right now. Like, let me protect her and love on her and let us bond and stuff, and then I'll let everybody else have a piece of her. And, like, I know, like, family and friends really don't understand that, but the more y'all hassle me, like anybody, it just makes it worse. So please just try to understand that you're gonna get your chance. I don't know. That's the nicest way I can say it, I guess. But I hope this helps somebody. I really do. That's the story of Halle Jane, my angel baby, and Harlee Rain, my survivor. And thank you all for watching.